Alright, everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of Twat Talk. I'm your host, Roscoe M, and this time I'm all on my own. I'm on my lonesome. I've not got a guest today, and I've got a rough idea of what I want to talk about, but no a complete idea. So in this podcast, I kind of want to talk about the fact that sort of how I've changed over the course of YouTube, and also especially how I want to change going forward. Right, because essentially what I kind of talk about is that I've not been entirely real with everybody here on YouTube. Now, people are gonna start taking that the wrong way, being like, "Oh, what's he not been real about? Is he not actually Scottish? Is he lying about enjoying making videos?" No, that's no what I'm not being entirely truthful about. So what I'm not being entirely truthful about, and it's the stupidest wee thing, right? It's the dumbest wee thing that I could not be truthful about. But it's my voice. It's the way that I talk, my accent, all that. Now, I'm Scottish, and you'll notice this episode of the podcast, I actually sound a wee bit different. And that's because basically I'm talking with my natural speaking voice, rather than like a presenter voice that I put on. And that's basically what I want to talk about, is the fact that I've got this presenter voice that I've had the whole time. So, for example, if I started to talk like this, and I was saying like, "Hello everyone, my name is Roscoe M." That's basically presenter voice. And then this is normal Roscoe. So this is just how I talk normally. People, for example, that know me in real life, like Viper, he knows how I talk. He knows what I'm like, and there definitely is a bit of a difference, and that is because basically when you're fair country like Scotland, and you're so used to people that say, like, especially, I don't want to call them out because I'm pals with a few of them, but especially Americans, like, they do tend to struggle with the accent a little. They kind of sit there and they go, "Oh, I don't quite understand what you're saying. Could you, maybe slow it down a little?" And like, it's a wee bit annoying to having to repeat yourself all the time, basically just because people can't understand you. So it's a weird one, So basically, that's what I've not been entirely truthful about. I put on this voice for YouTube, and it's been that way since I started. It's been that way ever since the beginning. Like, you can't really go back. But like, if I went back and looked through my old videos and stuff, you'd hear it. You'd hear that the presenter voice has always kind of been there, and I've always, I guess, poshened up the accent a wee bit. Like, I didn't use as much. I don't use slang when I'm on YouTube, and it's something that I want to try and fix, basically, and start being me normally. Because I've noticed a lot that people for stream, you guys hear me talk my accent quite a fair bit, because obviously it's a live stream. It's a wee bit more chilled out, wee bit more relaxed, so everything just sounds better. Everything just sounds more natural, because, well, you can't put on a presenter voice for like 7 hours. You know what I mean? Eventually the voice wears off. And you guys are quite used to hearing me do that, especially when you get, like, teach Scottish slang. You guys are very used to hearing that. And hearing me talking with a more normal accent, because normally you guys will send me something, I'll say a Scottish word, and it will set me off for the whole rest of the stream, and I'll be talking my normal accent. But like I said, it's something that I guess it's the fact that I wasn't confident enough in my own accent to. I wasn't quite sure if being Scottish was a good thing, I guess. That's not quite the way to word it, but I wasn't sure if people would be able to know what I'm saying, and people would be able to, watch the videos and enjoy them, because they can't understand what I'm saying. So the jokes just go flying straight over their head because they can't understand any of the words. And, and that was kind of the main worry that I had for a while. But now, I'm sort of, I guess I just feel a wee bit more confident in myself and the fact that people will understand it, because a lot of my audience comes from the UK, and even the ones that don't, when they have heard it, they do get it. Like, they do understand the accent, and it's made me realise that I don't need this presenter voice anymore. Like, I don't need it, because people will have been accustomed to the way that I talk and the way that I sound, and they'll just get accustomed to this as well. You'll get used to it, essentially, is what I'm hoping will happen. That you guys will get used to me talking in my normal accent instead of this presenter voice that I've had for years. Because it's been starting, and the reason that I want to try and get rid of it is because it's gone into my normal life as well, where I start talking with this presenter voice, because obviously the past year I've been doing so much online and not a whole lot offline. So it's something that, like, that voice that I was using so often because I was making so many videos and live streaming so much, just became the way that I spoke, and I'm not that happy with it. That I started to talk like a presenter to friends and family and things like that, and it kind of just changed me, and I didn't like it. So now I'm just being completely real, open with people, that my accent might be a wee bit hard to understand, but you'll get used to it, essentially. And and that's, but it is interesting, the fact that this is only kind of coming about recently, and I think it's the fact that I've been, we've been in quarantine for about a year now. It's almost a year. It's nearly March, or by the time this is released, it's probably about the end of March, actually. So, it's one of those things that, it's been a year since I've been in quarantine, and I think that year away from, like, that, the daily pressures and the normal kind of problems of life has really made me think a lot more about me and how I want to present myself and who I'm at, because the one thing that I always want to be with you guys is honest. Obviously, to a degree. You can't be completely honest about everything going on in your life, or else that's just a wee bit too much information. But I want to be real. I want to be me, and I want to be the best version of me that I can be. Which, don't get me wrong, it's really difficult to be, like, nice and a good person all the time. At least for me, I'm not a naturally. Not that I'm no naturally nice. I will do things for people, but I'm a bit of an ass. I'm a bit sarcastic. I like to rip the piss. I love ripping it with people, and you'll notice it especially when me and Viper talk to one another. The Scottishness, all the stuff that would normally be hidden under layers and layers of presenter, just all comes to the surface, and I'm basically the most me that I become. And you'll notice that with recordings with Viper, is that I'm way more, I don't know, just way more Scottish, I guess is the word. And I've been speaking to people recently about my accent and things like that, and people saying, like I had this just the other night, right? I was in Casey's chat. You guys remember Casey? She's the only guest who's ever been on the podcast twice, right? So I was talking to Casey in her chat, and I said, like, because she was doing community games, and I thought we were all going to join a Discord call. So I said, I'll speak with my normal accent later. It didn't end up happening because I had to go off before any of them actually get into a Discord call. That's if they even did. I can't mind. I was sleeping. It was like 1:30. But they were, she said something, and it really stuck with me, is that Roscoe, I didn't know you were Scottish. And I thought, is that really how I sound? But I'm not. Like, do I actually not sound Scottish in most of my videos? I thought it was quite obvious, but maybe that's just because I know. Like, I know that I'm Scottish, obviously, and people around me know that I'm Scottish. So, is it something that's just never been brought to my mind because everybody else around me knew, so it didn't cross their mind either that I didn't sound Scottish? And it, like I said, it kind of messed with me a wee bit because I thought, is this the persona that I'm putting across? Like, she said it's because I told her I'm just for the UK, and it never really clicked with her, but it did make me think that after speaking to Casey for, a total of maybe around 2 hours in calls and things like that, and knowing her for so long, like nearly a year, like, is that how people see me? That I'm maybe not Scottish, and that I'm just for the UK and they can't quite place the accent? And that really did make me think, like, maybe I do need to kind of do something about this and speak normally. And be me. Be more me. And that's kind of one of the things that I'm setting for this year. Obviously, for more professional sounding stuff, I will still use that presenter voice. But for more casual videos and things like the podcast, I want to just be me and use my normal voice, and hopefully, you guys are fine with it and you get accustomed to it. And he's I don't know. Basically, the reason that I'm doing this is for me. I'm not doing it because I want to brand myself as the Scottish guy, on YouTube, because there's tons of people on YouTube that are Scottish. There's quite a few of us on here, and a few of us, across the internet, across Twitch, and things like that. The amount of people that I've found through social media that never would have met before in my life is mental. But it's one of those that, like I said, I want to just be more Scottish in my videos and have it known to people that when they click on my videos, I'm Scottish. And not just for a title, not for, something that I throw in every couple of seconds. I don't want to put bagpipes in every video. No, I want people to know for the minute they start watching, the minute they hear my voice, Scottish. And I really want to try and get that across. And things like that. Because, that just really sat with me, the fact that I've known Casey nearly a year, and she never knew that was for Scotland. And by the way, this isn't me saying, Casey, it's all your fault. You've given me an existential crisis. No, it's nothing to do with that. It's one of those things that you just, you get across these thoughts sometimes that you just, someone says something to you and it just makes you think and all that, and aye. It's just one of those things, that really made me think. But I guess what I'll go on to now is a wee bit of a happier topic, that is just talk about, life in the world and what's going on. So, currently, I'm actually doing a fair amount of work with, I don't really know if I want to say, but I'm doing some more professional work, and voice acting work and things like that for other people. I'm taking a wee bit of a backseat away from my own content, and that's because I'm enjoying what I'm making for other people and things like that. And I think, honestly, I just needed a wee bit of a break for doing the same kinds of videos all the time, whether that's Let's Plays or, or funny moments, whatever you want to call it. Funny moments, garbage on the internet, me and my pals messing about to fucking pish, whatever you want to call it. I think I just need a wee bit of a break for that kind of content, and moving into more like scripted content and things that need to be done a wee bit more professionally and to a better standard, because I think it's just it's nice to go and do some content that isn't so casual, because you get so used to doing casual stuff and sitting through hours and hours of fucking shite conversations. Stuff that's just absolute. It bores the tits off you. Basically, it just bores you to death, and you just can't stand it. So, I wanted to, so I've taken a wee bit of a back seat, and I've also just been kind of slacking them on my own videos, regardless, because I've had so much content to put up over February. You guys know there was a video every single day of February, because I just had so many videos that were backlogged. I was doing Let's Plays of the Call of Duty campaigns. It was really fun to go back and play the games that, like Modern Warfare 3, for example. I'd never finished it before. Black Ops 2 was a wee bit of a throwback that I didn't finish in its entirety. I missed out portions of it the first time round. But the videos essentially were all out of order, because obviously the Black Ops 2 stuff was recorded way after like all the videos in between. And all the stuff's gone out like a month or so after it's uploaded, and but that's why I take a bit of a back seat away from my own content. Allows the videos to come out and just kind of be there, and I'm not backlogging all the way, like months back. Like, I'm not sat there in February with videos going all the way into April. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's just one of those things that I had to take a wee bit of a break for my own content. Plus, I was having a few software issues, which meant that editing was a pain in the hole, and I just couldn't be arsed with it. But now I've kind of got it all sorted. It seems to have fixed itself, and hopefully it stays that way for the next wee while. I guess I'll also talk about this, because I didn't really get a chance to talk about it last time, is the change in format to these podcast videos, because I really wanted to get across that. So I didn't like the last thing for it, so that, just Twat Talk with Roscoe M, and then my avatar and a white background with whatever the hell we were talking about. It was a wee bit boring, didn't really give you anything to look at, but of course, most of the people I talk to, it's online. So what I decided to do was set up a kind of wee studio in Photoshop. I got some chairs, some microphones, a wee table, and I made an interesting background that would look like if I did set up a podcast. What would I want in the background? I'd want that kind of black brick wall, because I think that just looks sexy as fuck. I think that just looks so good. The black bricks, like in the grey, and it just really fits. And it looks actually quite similar to my room. Not the brick part, but that kind of dark colour. Obviously my walls are a wee bit more of a lighter grey, but the grey tone is still there. And then, giant fucking, neon sign in the background. Saying Twat Talk on it, and it glows, and it looks, like I would probably make that. And then just, stuff in the background, like, a couple of the emotes. Like, I've got my, Roscoe Pog in the corner. I've got, my sub badge up there. And then I've got, the picture behind me with Perish on it. And then my old logo, because I think it's a good thing to remember, where I came from. I think it's good to remember that was a logo that I used, and it was the first one that I ever kind of made. Well, I didn't make it. I used a template thing to make it, but it was the first ever like proper logo that wasn't just some picture off of Google, or a picture of me, or a picture of something on my channel. It was one that was a logo that I could put in. And then of course we've got the bodies in the other chair with the person's face over it. Obviously that will change depending on who's on the podcast. But aye, it's certainly an interesting change, but I really like it, because if I had a studio where I could have, I could fly people in, or have people on, kind of Joe Rogan style, I guess would be the best way compare it. I don't listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, but I have seen like clips of it. I think everyone's seen it though. Like at least one of them, because Elon Musk went on and get absolutely fucking baked, and I think that was just absolutely. That's kind of funny just to imagine the thoughts he had while absolutely like, high out his tits and just fucking talking shit. I think that's just funny. But I guess for this video, like when this is uploaded, probably next things that I'll be doing I'll probably continue the Bioshock playthrough. At the time this was recorded, I've been off it for about like a week or so. And I really do need to get back in it. I'm so bad with keeping up with series. I can never film episodes when needed. Like you guys know, I'm so shite with series if I don't record it all in one go, and that's why I did like the Call of Duty campaigns all in one go, like one night, where I just sat and played through the whole thing and recorded every episode back to back, because I knew that if I walked away from it, I wouldn't play it for a week and then I'd forget about it and I would never go back to it again. Same thing happened with Walking Dead. I was really enjoying that, and then what did I do? I walked away from it, I played other games, fucked off. And it's just no come back. I might bring that back and all. I might try and finish that, but I feel like it's been a couple months since I played that, so I'd no be in the right headspace, and I wouldn't trust myself to go through and make all the same choices. So I don't know. I really don't. But I guess what I'll do now is I'll ask you guys a question, right? Do you guys prefer longer or shorter videos? And when I say shorter, I mean like 10, 15 minutes. And when I say longer, I mean 45, 50 hour long video, maybe hour long videos of me playing games. Because I'm trying to strike a balance with my playthroughs recently that they're a bit shorter, so that it's more appealing to people to go through like a 20-minute video rather than seeing one that's like a fucking, like an hour, and you do it in like 6 episodes, whereas you do it in like 9, 20 to 30. So that's my question for you to leave in the comments. Do you guys prefer longer or shorter videos from me? I'll probably put it in a comment below as well, if I remember. I'm a bastard for forgetting things and all. Like links in description and all that. I'll let you guys into a wee secret. All the links to like Outro by Nova, and it's Nova's link, and the Discord and my Instagram that's been in the description of the past couple of videos. Yeah, I've got that on a note, like in Notepad, so that I can literally just copy and paste it over. Because I'm a bastard for forgetting things. So I just went, right, I'll just have it there so I can copy paste it. I don't need to go and type it out each time and remember it. I can just copy, paste, and there you fucking go. That's it. It's in, and we're kind of done. And I don't need to worry about accidentally forgetting anything. And normally I'll remember to put it in if it's something I say at the start of the episode. But I guess I feel like this is a bit too short to be like a podcast episode, but I'm on my own and I don't really know what the fuck to say. This is why I always bring guests on, because I need somebody to bounce off of. And that's why, even though there are quite a few videos of me on my own playing a game, it's normally a game that is very story heavy, so that I can commentate over it, and it's not a gameplay heavy game. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't think I'm all that interesting. I think I'm a bit of a boring bastard, really. And I feel like that comes across in my content, the fact that when I'm with people, I'm more interesting, because I've got people to bounce off of, people to make jokes with. Whereas if I'm on my own, that just doesn't come as naturally. Even though I'm such an introvert when it comes to, like going out and meeting people and all that. I'm like, oh fuck no, I don't want to, fuck that kind of shit. I'm the absolute worst when it comes to like social interaction and meeting people and all that. I'm a total introvert. Can't start conversations with anybody, just unprovoked. There has to be a reason for it. Like if I'm asking somebody like, here, can I borrow a pencil or something in class? I don't fucking know. I'm shy at examples and all. But that's, I always need a point to talk about, which is where commentary videos come in. When I do that, I've got a point to talk about, so it leaves me not really being as boring as I normally would. But stuff like this, when I'm on the podcast, on my own, just talking shite into a microphone, I'm pish at. But hey, the fuck do I know? I guess I'll talk about like kind of one last thing. Is that right? See, over quarantine, has anyone noticed like you get weird like cravings? Right now, when I say cravings, I don't mean like I want like this kind of food. Then well, I kind of do, right? But I don't know why. I've no drank tea since I was like a wee boy. I think I've no drank tea since I was about try to think, maybe about 6, 7-ish, something like that. Maybe like 9 at a push. Something along those lines. Like fairly young, like basically almost nearly half my lifetime ago. Shit, that's scary, man. That's scary to think that like 9 years old was almost half my life ago. Fuck, time goes quick. But aye, so I've no drank tea since I was about that age, and then randomly, like just this week as I'm recording this, and I'll tell you what day it is right now. It is currently the 27th of February when I record this, and I think this is going up like end of March. So that tells you how out of sync we are, in terms of when the videos go up and when I'm recording them. But I've taken a weird notion for tea. I really want a cup of tea every day, and I've been having a cup of tea every day. And people on my Instagram, you guys will know, I posted a picture of a mug that I have, and it's a Raccoon City Police Department. Fuck is it? Stars Raccoon Police Department for Resident Evil. And I had, my cup of tea there, and that was that morning's cup of tea. It was actually this morning's. Again, I'm recording this. It was this morning's cup of tea, and I don't know why. And I didn't have a mug either, so I was using like the guest mugs. You know how in your house you've got like the mug that your ma uses, the mug that your dad uses, and then like anybody else who frequents the house, like if your gran comes around, she's got her own mug. That like she always, like that they always use. Like your family members use one particular mug. For my ma, it's like a Royals mug, so she's got a picture of, I think it's got Prince Harry on it or something. I don't know, because she's fucking obsessed with that royal family pish. Personally, I was going to say I'm not really a fan, but I don't really, it's not that I don't like them, I just don't really give a shit. Same way most celebrities, I couldn't really give less of a fuck. If they shat a kidney or if they shat a lung, like I really couldn't care less. But sorry, I just thought that was a really weird comparison, shitting a kidney and shitting a lung. But aye, basically, that's her mug, and then my stepdad has got, his own mug. I think it's one that I maybe got him for a Father's Day, but it has like stepdad on it, and stuff like that. And he's got his own mug, that has been bought for him, and I didn't have one. So in the lead up to my 18th, it's not classed as my 18th birthday, but my present for it. But my gran bought me 3 mugs. The one that you see in the picture, the Stars mug, I've not got it the new, but I will have by the time this goes up. An SCP mug and a Shinra mug from Final Fantasy VII. Like Shinra Corporation. It's like a mug with their logo on it and shit like that. But aye, basically she bought me the 3 mugs because I asked her to, and I told her, look, you could get me that for my 18th and I'd be happy. But she said, no, I want to get you something else for your 18th. And I'm like, you fucker. Because I don't know what to ask people for my 18th. And my gran's insisting that 3 mugs is not an adequate birthday present, which I think it is, to be honest. I think 3 mugs is a decent present. You know, if it's something that I'm needing, something that I'm wanting, you know, and it's just, aye. You know, I think that's a perfectly reasonable thing to ask for your 18th. You know, I mean, most people would probably be asking for alcohol, but I'm like, no, geez a mug so I can drink my tea in the morning, read my fucking newspaper, you know, have my sandwich next to me, and then I can piss after work. Who am I kidding? I don't work. Right, who am I honestly kidding? I don't work. What was my original point? Oh, aye, the fact that I randomly just wanted tea after like 9 years or something, like maybe more than that. Honestly, man, it was weird as fuck. But I guess I'll end my rambling here. You know, hopefully you've enjoyed this video, like this episode of the podcast. If you did, remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You know, join the Discord down below. My Instagram is also linked below. You should follow that if you don't. Because I post stuff in between all the videos, and it gives you a wee bit of your behind the scenes on certain things. But aye, like I said, I've already done that shite, and then I've went and rambled more. So my outro is kind of fucked its order here. But I'll talk to oh, fuck off, man. Right, I'll talk to all you next time. Goodbye.